Hello, everyone. I wanted to bring some awareness to you guys that a lot of people don't want to touch on, they don't want to talk about, and practically they just want to keep these type of subjects because they're very touchy, swept underneath the rug. But I'm here to let you know that this is my story and I'm telling it. And I want to bring awareness about teen pregnancy. And the thing is, a lot of us, when we're young, we think that, oh, this can't happen to me, that won't happen to me. Child, please, they don't know what they're talking about. The thing is, I had that same type of mind mentality, and I swore up and down, up and down, up and down that this would not happen to me, and it ended up happening to me. It all started when these ladies, the young ladies, actually came from SAICES. It's a teen parent program in Sarasota, Florida. And I was going to Booker Middle at the time, and I was in the 7th grade. And the thing was, these ladies, the young ladies came out, they told their stories, how they got pregnant, how they had their babies, how hard it is being a teen mom, this, that. I'm listening, but at the same time, in my mind, I was like, yeah, sure, that can't happen to me, and I'll be darned, it happened to me. 7th grade, 12 years old, pregnant, 5 months alone, 19 weeks at the time. Had no idea. I'm playing sports. I'm running track, playing volleyball, which is one of my favorite sports. Had to cut all of that stuff out because I was pregnant and getting ready to be a mom at the age of 13. And at that age, I just couldn't digest the fact that, oh my gosh, it did happen to me. And now I'm getting ready to have a baby. This is crazy. But the thing was, with my mind mentality, I had no idea that, yes, this can happen to me. And, when we're preteens and teenagers and everything, we think, okay, we know it all. But the thing is, we don't know it all. And it's because of how our minds are developing at that time. We're not all the way there. And at that age, you can't tell me nothing because I know everything. Just going somewhere with all that. And at that age, I was the most talked about girl at school because I was only 12 years old and I was in middle school. It was something that was just like, at first, it was very embarrassing. Because I know with my age that it was super young. But in my mind, I'm saying to myself, like, it's other people that's way younger than me having babies, And either way it goes, whether you're, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, having kids, that's still young. It doesn't matter. And being a teen parent will not only change your life, but it's a lot of things that you have to think about before you lay down and have sex. You have to think about, are you prepared to become a parent? Does this person have any diseases or anything that they have not told you about? Is this person really being truthful to me, or are they lying to my face? Does this person really want to get what he or she wants? You have to start asking yourself these couple questions. And also, the $1 million question is it worth it in the end? I'm going to let you think about that for a second. Because I'm here to tell you, kids are a blessing. No doubt about it. Do not get that twisted. But at the end of the day, you have to understand that when you are a teen parent, you give up a lot of things. You're going to school, forward and going to college, friends, prom, grad night, all these things. Now, don't get me confused when I talk about going to college and, all this stuff or whatever. The main focus and point that I'm getting at with those subjects are, what if you don't have the support that you need? What if you don't have a babysitter? What if the father of your child is not helping you out, or his parents or anybody? What if he just up and disappeared? Then you're left on your own. You have to give up a lot of things when you become a teen parent, and it's not a joke and it's not a game. Babies are nothing to be played with. They are not little mechanical toys that you can just take the batteries out of or the key and just turn them off. It doesn't work like that. You have to get up in wee hours of the night. Your baby may be running a fever. They might be throwing up. They may be teething. They just may be crying just to be crying. So the thing is, after you clothe the baby, you fed the baby, you burped the baby, you changed the baby, all of these different things, and the baby still is crying. What are you going to do? What if you have no help? Thank God that my mother was there for me. Now, she was PO'd at first. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. She was pissed. But at the end of the day, she was a teenage parent. My grandmother was a teenage parent. My great-grandma was a teenage parent. And my great-great-grandma was a teenage parent. So as you can see, the cycle is repeating itself. But it was up to me to stop the cycle of teenage pregnancy. I am 30 years old, soon to be 31 in a couple days. And I have a almost 18-year-old, which she will be in February. And I had to cut the cord, snip it, because I did not want my daughter to go into this cycle of becoming a teen mom. I did not want my daughter to experience the things that I experienced as being a teen mom. It was very hard. Nothing was easy. I got my first job at 16. And no, it wasn't a lot of money. You know, $750 on one job. And then, you know, after I got done with that job, it was $650 on the other job. And these are different jobs at different times. But being a parent, you have to put a lot of things on the line. Your life is going to be put on hold if you don't have any help. This is what a lot of people don't realize before they actually go out there and they have sex. I tell a lot of people, this is not what you want. And when I tell them, they understand what I'm saying, because I make them feel where I am coming from. This is not a game. This is not a joke. And at the end of the day, if you could prevent yourself from doing it, from being sexually active, then by all means do that. You don't have to follow the crowd. You don't have to worry about, oh, this person doing this and this person doing that, so let me, do this with them. No, because somebody's going to end up in that crowd pregnant. And I know for a fact that you don't want it to be you, but you just want to join in. So what happens if you have sex one time? It only takes one time to get pregnant. One. And what if the guy doesn't want to be a father or even want to be with you, and he moved on to the next girl? Now you have a bigger situation because you were an easy lay. He got what he wanted. You gave him what he wanted. And now he has moved on. There's no need to be trying to fight people and all this stuff. And that's my baby daddy and all, man, that's bull. Keyword, baby daddy. That means he is the daddy to your child. There is a difference between a dad and a father. A dad is someone that they pop up seasonal, every now and then. A father is someone who is there all day, every day in the child's life, not just coming to see the child when it's convenient for them. This is what I don't want a lot of young people to go through when it comes down to having a child, especially the females. A baby does not keep a man. Doesn't work, won't happen. Don't wish on a star that it will, because it won't. He can walk out any given time that he wants to. And guess who is stuck with the baby? Y-O-U. You ever heard of that saying, mama's baby, daddy's maybe? It's a true statement. You're going to be stuck while he's off at college or he's off doing somebody else. When, first of all, he never gave two flutes in the first place. I would like to encourage you and let you know that if you want to go out there and make these choices as an adult, then I would advise you to have some type of protection or birth control. Yes, nothing is 100% accurate, but if you can prevent it, then do it. And if you feel like you can't do it, then don't have sex. Don't do it. It's not worth the fact of you being another statistic. It's not worth the fact of you being added to this survey of how many teens got pregnant in this year, male, and how many had sex, and male, female, all this, ain't nobody got time for that. No. You don't want to be labeled. You don't want to be stereotyped, and you don't want to be a number. And I'm telling you guys this because I know this all too well. As long as I have been on this earth for these past almost 31 years and experienced all of these different things, it has been such an eye-opening experience to me about a lot of different things that I do not want my girls to go through. And I have 3 girls. And I definitely don't want to see them in a situation where they're stuck raising a child by themselves. No. Or any young lady to be stuck. And I definitely, me personally, don't want, to see any young men get caught up in a situation with a young lady and she's treating him like he's a scum of the freaking earth. Meaning that she is very vindictive and wants to make his life a living hell. Like, certain things don't work like that for me, especially if he's a good guy and he's trying to take care of his child. That's something different versus him not trying to do nothing, and now you got to go try to put him on child support and all that stuff right there. This is the stuff that I want to avoid young people with. And, I don't like my baby because my baby look just like him, and, all this stuff. And anybody else, no. Prevent that. If you're going to do it, get you some condoms, do something. It's a lot of different methods out here. And don't think that the pull-out method is 100%, because it's not. Okay, it is not. If you know that for a fact you're not supposed to be having sex, then don't do it. I was always taught when I went to school that if you cannot walk into a clinic and ask for condoms, then you shouldn't be doing anything. I'ma just let that marinate. And see, the thing is about me, I have to keep it real. There's nothing flawed about me. I have had many walks in life. I have been through many trials, many tribulations, and being a teen parent has been one of them. But the thing is, it's a beautiful thing to be able to speak to someone who's a young person and them to be able to share this video right here with others, because it's not a game. It's really not. When you're in labor pain, and I was in labor for 3 days, 3 long days, 3 days. I'm talking about excruciating pain, can't handle the pain. I don't even like pain, okay? Like, you got, like, feel like lightning bolts just coming at you, just everywhere all around your stomach. And giving birth to a 7-pound, 7-ounce baby from a little body that was like this petite. It can happen. It can happen. Trust me. It's not a game out here, man. If you feel like at the end of the day, like I said, that you know you're not supposed to be doing anything, don't do it. It's not worth it. Because especially if you don't have the money, kids are super expensive, especially babies, when they need diapers and wipes and formula and all of the necessities that they need. And don't get me started when they start to grow up. Child, please, you better hope you can find something on clearance. But I'm just being frank and for real with you. It's pricey, it's expensive, and it's not a game. A lot of my friends now that I went to school with, all our kids are like either a year, 2 years, 3 years apart, whatever, stuff like that. And they will even tell you that it's hard. They will even tell you that the sacrifices they made throughout life being a teen parent, people talking about them, people, telling them to get their child up for adoption and, let me raise a child because you can't do it. All these different things that people, throw at you that a lot of people are not aware of being a teen parent. And especially at the age of 13, thank God that I was lucky enough to have a school where they allowed us to see our babies throughout the day and also get an education at the same time. I was able, as a teen parent, to graduate a year early at the age of 17. Just turned a few months shy of 17. Graduated with a 3.5 with honors. And get the heck up out of school and go on to college with 4 years paid for. Bragging or boasting, I don't do. But at the end of the day, I was grateful that I was able to have an education, because when you're a teen parent, some of them are not going to get education right then and there. They may have to wait a few years to get a GED. They may have to wait a few years just to go back to school. So I'm very grateful to have had Saises at that moment to be able to get everything together. A lot of people were saying, oh, her baby gonna be about 5 or 6 when she graduate. Hashtag correction, my baby was 4. She was 4 years old when I graduated from school. And it was such a beautiful moment. And, to be able to tell my story and share my story and run into the young people and let them know. And, I hear a lot of people say, oh, especially young people, and it just really blows my mind when they say that they want a baby. Like, are you serious? Like, bro, do you want to take my, finna be 4-year-old? Like, you can take her with you, and I told them, yeah, babies are cute and all this here, but what are you going to do when you can't turn them off? What are you going to do? Throw them against the wall? You're going to drop them from a balcony? You're going to shake them? What are you going to do? But the thing is, you shouldn't be doing any of that anyway, because you said you wanted a baby, but yet you can't handle it. And that's the thing about it. Keep your legs closed to my young women, young ladies, young adults. It is not worth it in the end. If you can go ahead and graduate, go off to college, some far, far, far away place, then that is going to be a beautiful thing. Do not, and I repeat, do not lower your standards to any man. And men, don't lower your standards to any woman. I don't care how good she look. She may be trying to get you just to trap you. So think about that. When you knew, that you did not want her in the first place, and now you got her pregnant because you fell for the okie doke. You guys have to be careful with a lot of things out here in the world, because not only are young men and women sneaky and slick, but a lot of people will try to plot things out too, and you have to be very careful about that. So if you don't want a child or kids anytime soon, I advise you to wrap it up. And parents, don't think for a second that I'm letting y'all get off either. No, I'm not. If you do not know, Parents. If you do not know where your children are, what your children are doing, where they are going to work, their work schedule, their school schedule, if they say they're going to be one place and they're not, if you do not know the whereabouts of your children, then you need to get with the program and figure out where the flutes they are. See, the problem is, and this is why we have a lot of teen parents in this world, is because parents are trying to be friends. You can leave that friend stuff up to the kids that's at the school. Be a parent instead of a friend. If you don't know how, go get you some classes or something of that nature. Don't get mad and say, oh my gosh, I didn't know. Or, oh my God, my child is pregnant and all this. No, because had you paid your child some attention from Jump Street, you wouldn't have to worry about this stuff. But you're trying to be a friend. Think about that. You also can be a part of your child's life and also help prevent teen pregnancy so that your child does not go through the same cycle that you went through if you were a teen parent. I get so freaking frustrated with just seeing this repeated cycle. Especially like with some people that I went to school with. Like, your child is a child having a child. Like, what the fudge was going through your mind? You know, I'm not being down on anybody, but I just feel like it's crazy. Like, I made my mama a grandma at the age of 29. Can you imagine that? 29. My mama had 3 kids, 15, 16, 17, back to back to back. 29, she became a grandmother. It's all in the parents with that too. Spend time with your kids. Love on your kids. This is what they want. All that materialistic stuff, that can wait. Because at the end of the day, when you sitting up here showing that you love your kids by buying them things, that's how they know that you don't love them. And then they're going to go out in the world. They're going to look for love. They're going to sleep with that man. They're going to sleep with that woman. They're going to do whatever it is that they need to do because they feel that void. Whatever it takes to get that void filled, trust and believe they're going to do it. And you can't blame nobody but yourself, because if you're not paying attention, you better open up your eyes and get to paying attention now. Don't do it later. Don't do it tomorrow. Start now. Start now. Start now. Start now. Prevent some things. Have talks. Do what you need to do in order to help your child or somebody else's child. If you see something not right, speak up. Don't stay silent. You can help a person if you just take the time out to just open your mouth and say something. Share your story. Help somebody. And I'm telling you, it will go a long way. It really will. It really will. I hope that you guys will share this video and spread the word and pass it along. Because the world that we live in today, it is so scary to even be talking about bringing a child into this world, especially if you're ill prepared. It's not a game, and it's not a joke. And I hope that at the end of the day, this video spreads like the plague. I pray that it does, because somebody out there somewhere needs to hear this. Start to love yourself. Parents, love on your kids. Because if you don't, the world is going to show them how. And I know that's not what you want.